feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're in hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out, step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now, have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my, yeah. Run it, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're in hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. He is Jay, the chosen one, and I am a legend in my own mind. Jay, what's going on, bro?
What's happening, man? Just chilling, man. Slow day in boxing this weekend. A little boxing this weekend, but not much.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, man, because you know that's what we do. Shout out to Nadaj Vodka. Unfortunately, I'm not drinking Nadaj Vodka today. I'm partaking in a little Courvoisier today. All good, but Nadaj Vodka is the most premium vodka that is out there currently, Jay. Black owned. You guys need to go check it out. www.nadajvodka.com. Black Father Figures, that's the Legal Legacies. Unfortunately, we haven't seen the Legal Legacies around here in these parts for some time, and I got to reach out to him to make sure that everything is good. He's doing wonderful work out there in the community relative to Black fathers, so that's always good. And also Rock Dog Interactive. Rock Dog is where it's at, guys. I mean, in terms of graphic design, web design, Rock Dog Interactive. As a matter of fact, man, Rock Dog is working on something extremely big in the NFT space. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they end up coming out with from an NFT perspective. Based off what I've heard, it's pretty grand. So I'm looking forward to that dropping here soon. So shout out to Rock Dog Interactive and everything that they're doing over there. With that being said, Jay, it's time to hop up in it. We got 23 people in the building. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, please hit the like button so other people can find this content. I'm talking fast as hell, and it's because of this Cavassier. Let's get it.
Yes,
let's go, man. All right, what's the first topic?
Yeah, man. So I mean, let's go ahead and get on about some things that might be happening sooner than later.
Yep.
With PBC. So there's been rumors saying that Netflix might be getting in the deal, and bringing live boxing from PBC on there. So from my understanding, it'd be one of multiple platforms that PBC may be on sometime next year, but there's nothing concrete out there on that, which it would be kind of similar to what PBC was doing before when they were on Fox. I think Fox and Showtime and a couple other broadcasts they were using back in the day. But that's what it seemed like it might be similar to me. But what's your thoughts on that as far as Netflix? So we've heard about Amazon.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's reasonable, Jay. And the reason why I feel that that's reasonable is because of, when you look at the boxingscene.com article, it mentions specifically that Netflix is more so exploring the option of boxing, which means that that's not necessarily a deal that's long-term relative to PBC. And we know that Al Heyman is one of the smartest people in the business. Of course, he's going to be strategic. So I would imagine that they already have a deal set up, and this is just an exploratory option for Netflix. So we haven't heard anything specific in regards to the PBC deal, but I mean, it seems to me that they will be on multiple platforms if that's the case. Now, here's my thought on it, Jay. It's not going to be like, I guess your linear channels, if you will. It's not going to be a Showtime or a Fox or an ABC or an NBC or anything like that. My guess would be you're going to see them on multiple platforms, but they're going to be all apps. And that's a new wave for boxing, I think, man. I think everything's going to transition to an app now. I don't think you're going to see it on your ABCs, NBCs, things of that nature. And we'll see how that works out because, boxing is a declining business, man. I mean, I think we need to all recognize that boxing is a declining business. With Showtime getting out of the arena of boxing, I tell people all the time, use your thinking cap. If boxing was super profitable, it doesn't matter if that's really your mainline business or not. If it was extremely profitable, you would make it your mainline business. You would make it a focus of your business. So if they were earning great profits on it, they would still be in it. So, it's a declining business. I think about everything in financial terms just because of my background. And so I don't know all the dynamics associated with, running a boxing organization, but I would imagine that with top line sales going down, you're still going to have fixed costs. And because of those fixed costs, your profit margins are going to go down. So it is what it is. But it'll be interesting to see if Netflix actually gets into the business of PBC boxing. I mean, Netflix definitely has the wallet to be involved with PBC. So does Amazon. I think Heyman's a smart guy. I think he's going to put together the best deal that he possibly can. But at the same time, I think to some extent, PBC is going to be limited, right? Because there's only so many options out there now in terms of people who have deep enough pockets in order to actually, service boxing in a way that it needs to be served. And I mean, with some of the relationships that PBC has had in the past relative to NBC, Spike, Fox that no longer exist, the options have dwindled to some extent. And then you got to think about as well, like what's next for like a Bob Arum, right? Because I think if I'm not mistaken, if I remember this correctly, his ESPN deal as well as Eddie Hearn deal with DAZN, I believe they all end next year. So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening, not only with PBC, but also Matchroom, Top Rank, and Golden Boy Promotions, because I think they're doing with DAZN next year as well.
Shot 305. Shut up, dude.
What happened?
I'm talking about these clowns are obsessed with Errol and Crawford, AM, Goofy Media. Jason, I'll smack the ish out of you. Boy, it's sad people, man.
He said he was. I don't even see that. I see these clowns are obsessed with Errol and Crawford, AM. So Shy 305, go back and look at our last 30 videos and tell me if we are anybody that's in the comment section right now. Go back and look at our last 30 videos and see how many of them are related to both Errol Spence and Terence Crawford in the actual same video. Since we are so obsessed with them. I don't know who Shot 305 is. I don't see where he said he'll slap the ish out of you, but you know, let me pause and say this real quick, Jay, because here recently I had to block someone. I don't even remember his name now, but this gentleman decided that he was going to come in the comment section and call me sis. And I said, dude, that's more of a reflection of you because only women call other women sis. So are you also calling yourself a woman? He was so stupid that he didn't even realize that he was actually insulting himself while trying to insult me. At the end of the day, come on here and speak your mind. Talk about we're clowns. Talk about how we don't know anything about boxing. Argue your points. We are cool with all those things. When you start coming in here talking about you're going to slap grown men, because I tell you what, you ever see me on the street and try to slap me, I will put my fist through your face. I will put my fist through your face. Don't let the kind words and the intelligence fool you. I will whoop your ass. So let it be known, don't be disrespectful, bro. Just come in here and talk boxing. And I ain't no badass, but I hate when people start talking about getting physical with us and start what they'll do to us and all this other stuff. If you saw me, I know you, unless you 6'4", 6'5", and 230 pounds. If you coming up in here and you 5'11" and 180 pounds, you gonna get your ass whooped. Let it be known. Anyway, let's go on to the next.
Bruh, I'm too old to be like that. I got other ways to handle take care of a little small little
I am too old to be doing that too. No. But if a grown man comes out in public, which I'm assuming that a lot of these dudes, hold on, let me finish. I'm assuming that a lot of these dudes think I'm a little bitty dude. I'm not. I'm 6'2", 210 pounds. You run up on me thinking that it's gonna be sweet and I'll beat your ass. Period. So anyway, since you all coming in here, now some of this is the Cavassier talking. I ain't gonna lie, the Cavassier is rocking right now. But I'm letting it be known, bruh. You run up on me thinking that it's sweet, but a lot of y'all, once you see me, you gonna know it ain't sweet. Believe that. So anyway, let's go.
Hey, Greg, but bump that. Bump being 6'3", 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", ain't about that. He'll 305. Don't do it, man. It don't make the sense. It's gonna make no sense. It ain't gonna. He gonna find out. He gonna find out quickly. He gonna find out quickly. 6'3". I ain't 6'3", but trust me, I can handle my shit. Believe that.
They gonna find out quickly. They hear the intelligence. They hear the education. They see the degrees on the background. And a lot of cats, when they think I'm small for some reason. I don't know why people think I'm a small dude. I'm not a small dude. This ain't no easy win.
Maybe he realized that, Greg is 6'3", Jason's under 6, Jason's only 5'8". Okay. Let it play around. Play with me if you want to.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Now you getting me hot, and I'm using chill, bro. I ain't drinking no Cosmo. I ain't drinking shit.
I'm mad because I've seen people in the comment section being disrespectful. All you guys got to do is come in and argue your point, man. I don't care if you disagree with us. Argue your point, but you ain't about to calling me sis and talking about you a slap Jason. What are you talking about? You ain't gonna slap nobody over here. Not without getting your ass whooped.
Anyway, let's go. It's just I just saw. I wasn't going to address it, but I saw it. I was like, okay.
Anyway, let's go, man. Let's go. They done brought me out of character. They bringing me out of character.
Good note, though, Greg. Brian S. said, Tanner beat your ass in sparring. Sparring. Don't think I forgot.
Who said that?
Brian S.
Brian S. said, hold on. Greg Tanner beat your ass in sparring. Don't think I forgot.
That body blow, that body shot.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, yeah. He dropped me with the body. No. I was winning until he hit me with the body. I got tired. Guys, I got tired. He hit me with the body shot. It was over. Anyway, on to the next, bro. Anyway, man, let's go to the next.
And what the shot 305? You still in there? One thing you gotta know, you better be careful for the quiet ones. We ain't no one to be messed with, bro. I ain't no gangster like that, but trust me.
shot 305. I'm assuming 305 is Miami. So Miami, we also from Florida, bro. We get busy too.
So I mean, hey, like they say, we give but some problems on here as far as like some of the stuff he did business wise, but as they say, we can get active. It has to be. And Pushka will get active.
Let's say this: you'll never see me in the streets getting active. You see me getting active, that means somebody got active with me. Ain't nobody about to walk up on me and slap me in my face. That's not gonna happen. So just let it be known it ain't gonna be sweet. If you think you're just gonna run up and punk me, that ain't gonna happen. So just let's talk boxing. I respect everybody on this channel. I respect your opinions. I just like to talk trash for us to go back and forth, whether you agree with us or not, and have a good time. I'm about having a good time. That's what I want to do. I want to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So let's go. What's the next topic?
Yeah, man. But a little bit about that on Netflix with PBC possibly dealing with Netflix. I mean, the amount of eyeballs they're going to have between Netflix and if they also hit an Amazon, I mean, that's a lot of eyes on it. I'm thinking also about something like the all access stuff, how Netflix could take that to a whole nother level, or even Amazon with that, So, I mean, it's exciting to see, but I'm quite sure PBC, Al Heyman, them already have something already signed up because this is not something you're going to do in the last minute. You're not going to wait to the 23rd hour to do something like this. They already have some deal. I think they're just waiting on some other stuff to come into fruition as well. We have less than 8 weeks left before the end of the year. I'm quite sure they're going to come out with something saying, what platform they're going to be on so they can have us on it. Not have us on necessarily, but have their fights on it and whatnot. So we can be ready to see where we're going to be watching their content on. So I'm excited for that.
What up, B-House? Brandon House in the building. What's going on? Uppercuts Boston in the building. What's happening, man? So Jay, what's the next topic, bro?
So staying with the PBC side, so your boy, Oscar De La Hoya. He out there begging. He's like, "Hey, any PBC fighter without a contract, a promotional contract, come holler at me." He asking, he begging,
Come holler at me. come see me. Listen, man. We did a video on this, and I don't know if it's Oscar just really trying to keep his name out there and keep it relevant, keep it hot. I don't know if it's about branding. I don't know if it's about trying to create a narrative to say that Golden Boy has been trying to work with all the top promoters and or fighters in order to make fights. I don't know what it is, but it's pathetic looking, in my personal opinion. Like, don't try to reach out directly to PBC fighters through Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it today. I'm quite sure that Oscar De La Hoya has the ability to get into contact with any fighter he wants to, and I believe he knows whether or not a fighter has a current contract with a promoter. So he doesn't need to reach out through X. To me, it has to be promotional, or it has to be some type of narrative that he's trying to create. Whichever, or it doesn't make any sense to me. Stop with the nonsense, Oscar. Just reach out to the fighters if you want them to work with you. Now, Oscar De La Hoya is not good with promoting African-American fighters. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure his promotional company like African-American fighters, considering some of the emails that were out there about Al Heyman and the rest of the team that we saw a couple of years ago. So I don't think any African-American fighters of any note are going to try to work with Oscar De La Hoya. And Bob Arum has not been successful. Now, Bob Arum to me is a good promoter overall. I just don't think he's necessarily. I think it's more so with like Latino fighters, and I think Oscar's pretty good with Latino fighters as well. Not so much with the other ethnicities, but Oscar, if you want to work with these guys, reach out to him directly. And Oscar's an interesting character to me. I don't dislike Oscar De La Hoya. I'm glad that he's a part of the sport because you need flamboyant, colorful characters in the sport. I think that helps the sport out tremendously, and I don't have any problem with Oscar De La Hoya, man. Jay, what's your thoughts on it?
You said flamboyant with Oscar. That's funny.
He is flamboyant. He's not flamboyant to you? Fishnets are flamboyant.
Very, very, very much so. But I just don't. That the way he did Ryan, the way he did your favorite fighter of the new generation, the Flair Cobbs.
Hey man, hey bro. So just for you guys, so you're aware, Jason and I have a lot of tension. We have tension from yesterday. He's trying to bring it back out of me by making these comments. Stop making these comments, brother. I don't want to cuss you out in front of everybody. We got a bunch of people in here. We got mixed company here. I don't want to cuss you out in front of everybody. So keep it going. All right, there we go.
Yeah, family, bro. You know, go back and forth. But no,
hey, we go back and forth, but there's tension there, man. You pissed me off yesterday, so let's go ahead and move forward. I don't want to cuss you out. Let's go.
Hey, JD got put also the way they have Rashidi Ellis on their roster too. And the only person they have worthwhile right now is Virgil. Zero, although he won his last fight against Joe Smith, he ain't it. Jaime Wanguilla won't fight nobody. Chick, we ain't gonna fight.
Oh no, we gonna never fist fight. We just gonna cuss each other out. Oh, Jason cusses me out every single day. Every day. I have not missed a day without getting cussed out. Go ahead, bro.
And you won't.
And I won't. That's true.
And I won't either.
That's true. No, I don't cuss you out every day. Yeah, but go ahead.
I don't believe that. I wake up to a morning text. Blank.
No,
I don't see what you say.
No, you don't. That's not true. Go ahead, man.
Greg dirty. Y'all know he petty. Y'all know he dirty. So
I'm petty and I'm dirty. But that don't mean I cuss you out every day.
One of the two of us, you know. I just be chilling, be laid back. I don't be doing nothing. You know. I'll be unprovoked whenever Greg be coming at me. And y'all know
some of your stuff is unprovoked. Well, 10% of it is unprovoked. The rest of it is Anyway, man, go ahead, man. Next topic, bro.
Oh man, yeah. So along with people trying to be on either Showtime or PBC or De La Hoya Golden Boy. So with Boots. So Boots was rumored to have a return on November 25th on the David Benavidez Boo Boo Andrade undercard. David Benavidez mentioned that several times.
Yep.
But supposedly it fell out because they couldn't get him an appropriate opponent for whatever reason. So he's been scrapped from that fight there. PBC is supposed to be having another fight, or Showtime's having another fight with PBC December 9th or December 16th. It's not going to be pay-per-view. So that's why we think that Boots definitely is done for the year. We don't know where he's going to be because he's not a pro PBC fighter anyway. He's had a pretty much a handshake deal with Showtime with Steven Espinosa. So I mean, what's the deal with Boots? You think he's going to be fighting in first part of January, February, and if so, you think he's going to hang around and follow the PBC and fight on their platforms all the time?
I think so. I don't think Boots is coming back in 2023 at all. We saw Steven Espinosa at the gym, and it's probably him delivering the news that you won't be fighting in 2023. You know, you made a great point. This is something that you came up with, and I got to give you kudos for this because seldom do you come up with a good point. But you mentioned that Morrell being from Minneapolis and this fight card supposedly being in Minneapolis, then that means that more than likely Morrell is going to headline the card, considering he hasn't fought since April of earlier this year. And so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for Boots for Boots to be on a headliner in Minneapolis, considering he's from Philadelphia. There's not going to be a whole lot of people in attendance for Boots Ennis in Minneapolis. So my perspective is Boots is not going to fight in Q4 of 2023. More than likely, he's probably going to come back somewhere in 2024 on whatever new platform that PBC has, which means, in my personal opinion, he may not necessarily sign with PBC, but he's probably going to be somehow affiliated with PBC, similar to how Mayweather Promotions or somebody like that, some other entity is affiliated with them, and we'll see him as a part of that. There have been rumors out there that Boots was interested in siding with ESPN. We did a video on that. I think that was always bullshit because, quite frankly, I'm not even sure that Top Rank is going to be on ESPN after 2024. So, what's the most logical place for Boots Ennis to be? I believe it's going to be affiliated somehow with PBC. So those are my thoughts on it. What about you?
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, if it ain't necessarily broke, don't fix it. He's gotten good promotion with them, you know, and they're real big. He's a hell of a talent. So I'm quite sure they're just like he's trying to figure out what he's going to do next. I'm quite sure they're letting them know that, hey, this is where we're going. We want you on our platform. I mean, you could potentially be the next big star for us. So, I mean, I think that's the smart thing to do. Plus, the other options, it's business. Boxing, politics of boxing is shady and dirty anyway. No matter where you go, it just, you may as well stay with the devil that you know versus the devil that you don't know, whether it's Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, or Oscar De La Hoya, or you could always go down to oh man, Don King with AV. So you can do that. But Brian S. Virgil. He said Brian S. said Virgil may need to move up. He is moving up. He's fighting at 154 in January.
54.
Yeah, January. I forget the dude's name. I think it's January 6th he's fighting on. So, but nothing to know about Boots. And also with we already talked about. I believe it was last week. We talked about how the fight is no longer pay-per-view on December 9th, December 16th. So there's no longer going to be Mayweather doing an exhibition, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Laura, Stanyon is not on that card no longer, so we don't know what's going to happen with that. So maybe it opened up some booths, but Stanyon's has already come out earlier. I want to say, was it last month or September when Stanyon's came out said that no. He's like, I need more time to get ready for a Boots fight. I can fight Thurman now. I need more time to fight Boots. Need a couple fights under my belt, not the rest of the fight at Boots. So even though, let's say Thurman and Stanyon's don't fight, Stanyon's not going to fight Boots. He's already pretty made that clear. Unless they just pay him mad loot to fight Boots. Yeah.
You're not gonna fight.
I wouldn't fight Boots if I'm Stanyon's right now because he needs to get back in the ring, get that rest off because he ain't fought in over a year. So it's gonna be a minute. Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. Just landed back from Orlando, Florida. Actually, that's my hometown. Just giving out some lunch money on me. And Ennis will be smart and stay working with PBC. And people forget most of these PBC fighters used to be signed to De La Hoya and got treated like ish. Facts. Tunnel vision. A man of his word. Tunnel vision is treating me to lunch, ladies and gentlemen. Tunnel Vision is one of the people that's been with the channel for a very long time, and I'm very appreciative of not only Tunnel Vision as a whole, but the contribution that he makes to the channel, whether he agrees with us or disagrees with us. Sometimes he agrees with us, sometimes he disagrees with us, but very appreciative of just the contribution and everything you've been doing with the channel. Tunnel Vision, salute, my brother. I thank you.
Big fat.
So let's pause real quick. We got 57 people in the building, 21 likes. If you get the opportunity, guys, hit that like button so other people can find this content. And if you're new to the channel, this is AM Sports Media, the Angry Man Podcast. And we are always dropping content on a regular basis. And I cannot say that for all channels because some channels have not been around as much because of certain circumstances that happened 3 or so months ago. But guess what? We are well versed. We are always around and we are always dropping content. So make sure that you support, hit the like button, and become a subscriber or a member. All right, Jay, what's next?
Real quick, John Mack said Boots might as well fight Jake Paul at this point. Hey, it'll be some money in that. It'll be a beatdown, but it'll be some money.
He'll get paid.
Yeah, he would. But yeah, moving on. So we found something else kind of interesting with as far as like the betting odds with the Devin Haney and Regis Prograis fight. So Devin is a big favorite in this fight with Regis. Now, before Regis fought, forget old boy, the dude name that pretty much gave him hell because he couldn't cut out the ring on him on his last fight. Before that fight there in June,
was this like Concession or some shit like that? I can't remember his name right now for some reason.
I can't remember his name in the world.
Go ahead.
But anyway, before that fight there, after Devin's fight with Loma, pretty much we thought, not just we, but a lot of people thought that Regis was pretty much the standard for 140. Zorilla. Yes, thanks, JD. Zorilla was his name. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, so after that fight there, I guess that's when the tide started changing. They started changing more toward Devin because Devin can move. He has range. He's also bigger than Regis, especially after you saw the opening press conference. I was like, dang. Devin's a lot bigger. Devin look like he's the one, like Regis, like he's the one that's coming up versus Devin. Now we know Devin's issue is the fact that he's not a heavy puncher. We know Regis is rugged, and Regis can crack. So the odds to be highly in favor of Devin is kind of interesting. I think it's 3-1 or something like that for Devin.
Yeah,
Devin
it's minus 380.
Yeah.
Minus 380. So for every $380 you bet, you will win $100. So yeah, no facts. Well, go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, John Mack. He can be chinny. Yeah, Devin can be chinny. We've seen him chinny at least twice.
Hey man,
yeah, JD. It was minus 380. Yeah, we saw me and Greg talking about that earlier this week when we looked it up.
So let me do this real quick. I want to get, because I always love giving people love when they are the correct kind of people. Jay, my apologies for interrupting you. Shout out to John Mack, dog. Shout out to John Mack, a Terence Crawford fan that has always come into the comment section, disagreed, and gave a reason for why he disagreed. Didn't find the need to call you names, didn't find the need to insult you, just argued his point. So I want to give love and shout outs to those who do it the right way. Sorry about interrupting you. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. Yeah, but I mean, although after that fight with Zorilla, I had questions about Regis. I still do. You know, I think it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be interesting to see if John Mack and Band Up. You correct, Brian. Band Up especially, nothing but respect. And it's a lot of other very deep butt fans in here that are respectful. You know, we go back and forth. We give each other ish all the time, but it's always respectful because this is a boxing community and that's what we're here for.
Exactly.
But with Devin and Regis, you know, at first I definitely had Devin. I'm like, nah, Devin's not gonna win this fight. You know, now I'm like, it's gonna be interesting, especially now seeing the optics of them being together and seeing how they look against each other. It's going to be interesting. I still don't know if Devin. I think Devin definitely has a better boxing IQ. He has a better jab. He has a range. He has all the physical attributes better than Regis. Regis is just tough, and Regis can crack and get you up out of there. We've seen Devin hurt twice against Loma and definitely against Linares. We saw him I think around 10 or 11. He got wobbled. He had the stanky legs. He barely made it back to the ring, but barely made it back to his corner, but he made it. So that showed Devin had some grit. He still made it through the next round too to finish that fight. Granted, Linares is not Regis. We know that for a fact. So these odds, I'm like, does Vegas know something none of us knows? I mean, I don't know. What's your thoughts on that, Greg? With Devin being such a high favorite in this fight now.
Dog, it's nuts, right? So let me preface my comments by saying this. I got Devin winning too. But when you think about it, man, what's interesting to me, Jay, and the reason why we did the video, and sometimes I think it gets lost in translation what we're actually trying to say, but what's interesting to me is that when you think about Devin Haney just a few months ago, it felt like Devin was between a rock and a hard place. When you look at it, he needed to either fight Shakur Stevenson or move up to 140 pounds. You fight Shakur, personally, I believe Shakur is the better fighter, period. It is what it is. If you guys feel differently, I understand that. That's perfectly fine with me. They'll end up settling in the ring at some point. But I always felt Shakur was the better fighter. So you stuck between Shakur and moving up to 140 pounds, where you got Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, Sabria Matias, Teofimo Lopez, and a lot of fighters up there that have punching power, right? And Devin lacks punching power. Now, I understand that Devin Haney has been drained, right? Because he's been trying to make 135 pounds. I understand that it's possible that Devin may carry more strength and power up to 140 pounds. There's been people in the comment section saying, oh, people like to say that Errol was drained, but Devin wasn't drained. Bruh, if you don't look at all of our videos, specifically like you only watch 2 minutes of them, you come in the comment section and react, a lot of times you're missing the nuance and the context of what we're saying, because we've made that statement in the past. So we understand that, you know, that's possible, but I would say it's not necessarily probable that Devin will all of a sudden get punching power at 140 pounds. So it looked like, Devin is in a really tight spot right now. Either way it goes, he's going to lose his next fight. Then all of a sudden we see Regis Prograis happen, right? He doesn't look as good against the Zorilla guy. And then we see Teofimo Lopez wash Josh Taylor. And I think those are the two dynamics that occur over the last several months that has changed the odds of this fight, of Devin Haney moving up and being successful against Regis Prograis, because we saw Regis in the ring with Josh Taylor and Regis lost. And then you see Teo wash him. Maybe Devin can move up. Maybe that 135-pound crop was a lot better than what we initially thought. And with them moving up to 140, maybe they're going to be dominant. I think those are the two things that are really driving this new belief that Devin Haney will wash Regis Prograis with, negative 380. I mean, that's crazy. So Jay, that's how I see it. I'm curious to see what the people in the chat think about that.
Yeah, Levi Anthony. Levi Anthony, Devin has said also it's hard for him. It's going to be hard for him to make 140. Not as hard as 135. So that's what we mean by drain, because Devin's a big dude. Devin probably walks around 160 something.
That's what
close
we mean.
To 170.
Can I make a statement real quick, Jay? Yeah, that's a great take. Actually, I appreciate that, JD. So we are not first take, undisputed. We don't have teleprompters. We don't have card. We don't have stuff that we read. We literally freestyle everything we do. Every video you see from us is a 100% freestyle. Yes. Jason don't tell me what he think. I don't tell him what I think. We just find the topic, we write it up, and we do it. So sometimes I might lose content. Like I might not be thinking about every aspect of it. So maybe I don't necessarily convey full context in everything that I say. I try to as best as I can, but I just want to make that clear. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All things. Don't start that. All things. All things said. I see Dev winning by decision, but if he stops Regis, I emoji snack.
I see Dev winning by decision, but if he stops Regis, oh snack. Hey man, y'all. Hey, listen. Let me make another statement. You are never going to find Jason and I talking about a fighter cheating unless there is some evidence, some really good evidence, meaning someone has done an investigation where we are saying, okay, or if Devin Haney comes up to 140 pounds and he puts Regis down in round 1 and hurts Regis with every shot, yeah. I might consider talking about whether or not Snack is involved with something that maybe, but I don't see that being the case. And there's a reason why I've never gone there with Terence Crawford. And you guys have heard that in videos. Yeah. I just don't believe Crawford cheating. I saw a weak Errol Spence. I ain't see a super strong Terence Crawford. But anyway, go ahead.
And we saw a weak Errol Spence, but we also saw a super dialed in Terence Crawford. Terence had a different look on him that day. He to me, what I mean by that, he seemed more focused in this fight than any other fight I've ever seen him fight. The way he's I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna give that. John Mack, all y'all band up. I'll see. We can be great to always agree on everything. I'm gonna give a blood at that.
No. I saw Terence Crawford. I saw the same Terence Crawford. And I saw an Errol Spence that was rusty, whose balance was off. Jay, remember, on the live stream, when we were watching the fight, the first thing I said was, he looks off. Like, the balance looked off. His balance didn't look right to me. He just looked off to me. So and then I saw an Errol Spence that was making mistakes that he made in some of the past fights, but he also had an offset for those mistakes that he made that he didn't have against Terence Crawford. And I had always thought about doing a video on that, but I get so tired of YouTube flagging videos when we use clips of other like of the actual fights that I just said I'm so tired of it. I'm not gonna do it. But it is what it is. Anyway, Jay.
Yeah. But yeah, now getting back to Devin and Regis, Dev still we gotta see what Dev's gonna bring to the table. Sorry, like his style fighting, because the 1-2, I don't think he's going to be able to clinch Regis as much because Regis is going to be stronger and Regis is going to be able to push him off because Regis is also a gritty fighter. So I don't see Devin being able to do that. So I'm going to be interested to see how Devin boxes him. And the thing that's really getting me out there is the fact that Regis is saying this is going to be a boxing match, skills match. He's going to outskill Devin. I don't think Regis can outskill Devin. I really don't. I think he's stronger than Devin as far as punching power. But outskilling Devin, I don't see that. I don't see that happening like that.
I think Devin is the more skilled fighter, but damn, 380 minus 380, dog.
Yeah, not 380, not 380.
Why would I got Devin winning, but minus 380? Like I'm not that confident at all.
Yeah, and Levi said Devin gets 10 out of 12 rounds. She don't see a knockout, but if I'm not mistaken, you said Regis might win 2 rounds. Like, whoa.
Yeah, okay. Hey, listen, I'm leaning towards Devin, but by no means am I like confident. Like I wouldn't tell you, oh, absolutely, he's gonna win against Regis Prograis. What? Like I was pretty confident that Canelo Alvarez is gonna beat Jermell Charlo. Like I would have bet money. I don't bet money on fights like that, but I would have bet money on that fight. I was pretty confident that was gonna happen. Just like I'm pretty confident that Canelo would beat Terence Crawford. But I digress. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. ASVP TV, the odds are Devin's minus 380. Last we checked a couple of days ago, it was minus 380 for Devin.
Yep, I agree.
JD said, man, Quicksand Regis has a puncher's chance. Quicksand Regis.
Tony saying everything has been stacked in Devin's favor. Location, money, judges, ref, promoter is pushing for Dev. It's KO or nothing. He is not winning any other way. Great point by Tunnel Vision as usual. JD said, "Great, I think he's slick with that." Really think I seen that. All right, man.
VPTV, putting 100 on Regis might be worth. I'm thinking is like if I'm able to put a bet in, I bet on Regis. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it just because the odds like that. I mean, why not?
I ain't betting on Regis.
So staying with Devin Haney. So Devin Haney claims that Shakur got hurt in sparring. Does that even matter? Is that a nothing burger, or is it just them going with the back and forth banter that they've been doing for the longest?
I'm gonna do a amigo.
JD said,
Mama, nothing burger. It's nothing, dog. Like why do we care about sparring? I've mentioned this on several different occasions. It does not listen, sparring, like there's so many variables and dynamics that go into sparring. A fighter coming back to the gym for the first time, a fighter in the ring trying to work on something specific. I'm a fighter that's working on defense against, a southpaw. So I'm moving around, I'm trying to avoid shots. And then the other fighter claims that, yeah, man, I whooped his ass in sparring. Like, what? It doesn't matter. Like, sparring doesn't matter. And I pointed out a couple of examples. Errol Spence versus Mayweather in sparring. Lamont Peterson. Remember, Lamont Peterson started making a name in regards to sparring relative to Mayweather as well. And we saw how, Lamont Peterson performed in some of his bigger fights. Lamont Peterson is a good fighter now, but he wasn't on Floyd's level. But if you just followed the sparring, you would have thought Lamont Peterson was going to be an absolute monster in the sport. So I'm cautious when people start talking about they won in sparring. Like, I think that's a mindset of the younger generation. And maybe it's a way to fool themselves in terms of what an actual fight is going to be. I don't care if Shakur Stevenson was dominant over Devin Haney in sparring or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily dictate what the fight is going to be. It doesn't dictate what the fight is going to be. Come on. So let's kill the noise about the sparring as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if he got hurt in sparring or not. I know you can be hurt in sparring. I got hit with a body shot in sparring. I was hurt. I didn't fall now. But they stopped the fight.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I ain't go down. I ain't go down.
Now, they stopped the fight.
For me, with this talking about, Shakur got hurt in sparring, to me, that's a nothing burger because, for one, Devin, you need to focus on Regis. Two, Shakur, you need to focus on Dos Santos. Because neither one of those are easy wins necessarily because they both can both of them can get knocked out by those fighters. So, great point was brought up in the chat by JD. JD says, he says Santos is a way tougher fight for Shakur than Regis is for Devin. Do we agree? I would agree with that because I think Santos is a more of a well-rounded fighter and he can crack. Although he's smaller than Shakur, he can still crack. Regis isn't as well-rounded as Santos to me is.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I agree.
So I'm intrigued to watch both fights. I'm of course we're watching both fights anyway. I mean, still it bothers me that fact that Shakur's fighting on Thursday night. That just bothers me on that one. But anyway, all the stuff talking about sparring and who got hurt when, who got hurt when, where. I don't care. To me, that doesn't mean anything necessarily. It's all about what you do on the fight night.
Agreed.
If that's the case, they could say. If that's the case, we can say Spence is better than Floyd. But Floyd said Spence gave him that work when he's coming off a time off from fighting, and that's not the case.
Facts.
You know, so I mean, and plus sparring, all the sparring stuff that really should be kept in house about what went on in sparring, because you don't get that doesn't go on your record. What you do in the ring on your fight night goes on your record. So that's what matters to me on that. But yeah, since people talking about we are all about Bud and Spence and stuff, there's a recent
before you go there, because we dropped a video when this actual live stream dropped, and it is related to Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson and Bill Haney. So let's go there before we move off of that topic, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Are you going to cue me up or what? You want me to? I got you, the cue man. What are you doing? Cue me up.
Yeah. You said go ahead. Go ahead.
Jason, boy, God damn it, man. Anyway, all right.
I'll be honest. I missed what you said though. I'm old, y'all. I'm old. I make mistakes, you know.
Oh boy, we gotta release a blooper reel for 2023. Oh, they'll get a thrill. Guys, we released a blooper reel for 2022. You guys, it was hilarious. You guys will get a kick out of some of these bloopers. But anyway, so Bill Haney ripped Ellie Setback because of you made some really good points there, because of some statements that Ellie Setback has made in the past in regards to Devin Haney, trying to copy Gervonta Davis. That he hugged Lomachenko the entire fight. Initially, I didn't even really understand why Bill Haney was going so hard at Ellie Setback. And he was basically saying that Ellie Setback is a fake reporter with fake news, and that he needs to rely on the fighters or let the fighters do the debating, and while the YouTube channels do the reporting. And so to a certain degree, I understand what it is that Bill Haney is trying to say. But, number one, I don't subscribe to so let me back up. When you think about Ellie Setback, I'm not the biggest fan of Ellie Setback. Some of you guys may be a huge fan of Ellie Setback. I'm not a huge fan of Ellie Setback. And the reason why I'm not a huge fan of Ellie Setback is because I think he used a lot of sucking up in order to get this opportunity to, have access to the fighters, right? So he tries to ingratiate himself, if you will, with fighters in order to have the content. And I'm of the belief that you need to be in a position where, hey, listen, if we get access to fighters, great. If we need to say that we don't agree with what a fighter is doing or what a fighter looks like or this or that, we want to be in a position to say that. And I could tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, and I've seen this with my own experience so far since we've been doing this thing. And Jay, we haven't even been doing this for 2 years yet. We are still a few months away from doing this for 2 years. And I can tell you that everybody is overly sensitive, and they feel the need to critique and say that you're doing this, or you can't say this, or you can't do this, so forth and so on. And you can get, if a certain promoter or fighter dislikes what you've said in press or in your videos, then you won't have access to those fighters. And personally, I would rather not have access to a fighter if I have to basically contain myself and not be who I am, right? So, for instance, everybody knows that we've been Errol Spence supporters. Everybody in the comment section know that we've been Errol Spence supporters. And everybody knows that we've had a lot of critiques of Terence Crawford. We've also given Terence Crawford his flowers, although some people will say that we haven't. We've also critiqued Errol Spence. And we have to critique Errol Spence because there's certain things that when I see it, it's an issue for me. And I don't ever want to be in a position where I have to be beholden to anybody. Jay, did you start a channel to be beholden to anybody?
Damn, not. Hell no.
Okay, so I didn't start a channel to be beholden to anybody either. I want to come on the channel and give my thoughts and my opinion. And if my opinion is wrong, it's wrong. If somebody wants to come in the comment section and argue why my opinion is wrong, fantastic, because I'm all here for it. But what I cannot be is beholden to a fighter or an entity. And I think that Elie Seckbach is. So I have an issue with how Elie Seckbach operates. That's just my personal opinion. If you got to be beholden to a fighter, then you need to be Fight Hype. And I have no interest in being Fight Hype or Fight Hub or any of that. None whatsoever. So that's the issue that I have with Seckbach. But go ahead,
because we do that. We do that about our own teams. You know, you're a Noah fan. I'm a Hurricane fan. We hold our teams to the same standard as well. As like we're not just because we're fans. We're still going to critique them if they're doing wrong, and if they're doing right, we'll give them love if they're doing right. The way those some channels who, and like Elie in particular, the way he was on Canelo just got dominated by Bivol. This dude's still saying Canelo the top 2 pound for pound, and he's better than Bivol in the pound for pound. I'm like, Bivol just wipe the floor with this dude.
Yeah, or Mel. Hey, Derek, why don't people say this? I mean, all you have to do, you still Listen, Derek James, Errol Spence, and the whole camp did not do a good job in preparation for the Terence Crawford fight. If they had, you wouldn't have seen that performance. So everybody got to share the blame. And so we're going to say that. Other people won't. They're not going to say it because you want access to the fighter. I'd rather not have access to the fighter than say something that I don't believe.
As much as we support Spence, we gave Spence the things that he should have done better. You know, but we gave Spence respect because he was a man of his word, because he still did what he's supposed to do. So what he said he was going to do, he still took that fight. Only thing he didn't do was win the fight to become undisputed at 147. Other than that, he did what he was supposed to do, you know, on that. So that's why I gave him number respect on that. But as far as the whole Bill Haney going off on Elie and stuff like that, I think it's stemming from something deep rooted from a while back.
And let me,
it's just a while back and for no reason at this point in time, I think.
Let me salute Juice Lee. Juice Lee, I think you actually changed your profile picture, but if I'm remembering correctly, Juice Lee has always been somebody who supported Terence Crawford. We've gone back and forth with Juice Lee in the past, and Juice Lee has been on this channel, man, from the beginning, from as far back I can remember. And feels like Terence, but we always go back and it's respectful and we just have a good time. So salute to you on that. I agree, Jay. I think Bill is being a little bit sensitive to it because, at the end of the day,
he's a grown man now.
Facts. YouTubers, if you want to deem Jason and I YouTubers, so be it. YouTubers are what make boxing go. These conversations and these conversational pieces, which are our videos, they make boxing go. So the Elie Seckbachs of the world, the Fight Hypes of the world, the Fight Hubs of the world, and I know that this is not proper practice because I guess if they're supposedly your competition, you shouldn't be naming them. But all of these guys play a role in the sport. And I'm going to name off some other people. The Blue Bloods of the world, who, I really don't, for the most part, I don't see eye to eye with Blue Blood, but it is what it is. The Fanons of the world. Fanon's my guy. Shout out to Fanon. That's my dude. The Manager Martys of the world. The True Egos of the world. Even the True Media. What is his name? True Media News? True Media something?
Coach Malachi, whatever.
Yeah, True Media. I know it's just True Media. I can't remember the rest of it. He's an avid Terence Crawford supporter. He goes about it in a way that I probably wouldn't, but I don't have, because there's a place for a person like him, right? There's a place for his platform, and that's obvious by the attention that he's getting and the subscribers that he has. So at the end of the day, you got to respect these people, and these are the people that are helping to get your content, which is boxing, out there, because boxing lives on YouTube. So regardless of the people that are doing the quote unquote debating, or the interviewing, those people, that's great. But people also want to hear personalities come on YouTube and speak to it. Similarly to your Stephen A. Smiths and all that other stuff, that's what Jason and I serve as. Somebody to come on and give our perspective, but not only that, allow a platform for people to come on and argue their perspectives as well. So Bill Haney shouldn't disregard Ellie's setback in that regard. But Ellie got it. To me, Ellie needs to change his modus operandi, because at the end of the day, like, dude, you gotta, sometimes it's okay to be critical of a fighter, and if a fighter don't want to talk to you because you're critical of him, then guess what? He must have been born in like somewhere in late 1980 and sensitive as, I almost said the F word. I almost dropped the F bomb. Sensitive as hell. Anyway, Jay, I've taken up enough time on this. I know you want to say something on it.
Yeah. Nah, it's just, I mean, I think Bill needs to come out more and really say exactly what it was, because like you said, you did your research. I did my research as far as like looking at Ellie's page and didn't see anything super egregious, being that Devin's a grown man. Now, if he had said something, mad disrespectful, trust us. We'd be on Ellie head and be right agreeing 100% with Bill. I just think Bill just went extra with it on this. To me, it was kind of like a nothing burger, because for one, Devin and Shakur have been going at it back and forth over and over again for the longest. I mean, so it's just, I'm just tired, especially the fact that neither one of those guys have a fight against each other. They're fighting someone else.
Look at what Knockdown Boxing, Sports, and Entertainment said, and that's the first name that popped into my mind when I heard Bill. I get it. Like, I get it. Like, I get what you're saying, Knockdown Boxing, Sports, and Entertainment. I totally get what you're saying. Don't think that I'm necessarily defending Ellie.
Nah.
I get it. I let's just say that I get it.
Yeah. It's just that's a real good comparison, though. Really good comparison. So in that aspect there, I can see why Bill would say he's a culture vulture, because that's like DJ Ladd is kind of like doing. That's the lane he's in.
Band Up says, Greg, it really surprises me he don't agree with Blue. He don't agree with Blue a lot. I see you both having similar standpoints. Oh, I don't watch Blue Blood. And I don't have anything against Blue Blood, like, at all. I just, be honest with you, I used to watch Blue Blood. That was before we started the channel. And to be quite honest with you guys, I really don't watch any content creator. And the reason why I don't personally, Jay, I don't know if you do, but the reason why I personally don't is because I want all my ideas and thoughts to be original and that they're not influenced by anybody. So I really don't know what any content creator necessarily says. Certain content creator stuff will show up in my feed just because when I search for boxing stuff, their stuff will show up in my feed. I don't click on it. That's the reason why I know who, I found out who True Media was, though, from somebody in the comment section at one point. But like, I may see a Blue Blood video. I've seen Blue Blood videos that are literally like 4 days behind something that we've posted, but because he's bigger, it's more news, I guess, when he posted. But and I'm not saying anybody does this specifically, but I guess I am. I would tell you that Jason and I probably are some of the quickest in terms of getting information out there. And I would bet money that some of the bigger channels look at our content and drop their own videos based off of it. Or at least they do their own research and they come up with that topic. Because I see stuff and I'm like, yo, this is literally almost damn near verbatim what we said. And it's 4 days old. So it is what it is. And King KO, we try our best not to create clickbait in our titles. Sometimes you need to make it, you got to give it some pizzazz, right? But we try not to create clickbait.
Yeah, where you say, "Oh, this," and it's something completely different. That's not.
And I'm gonna tell you,
JD has a point about Ellie.
Hold on, let me tell you who else do that. Fight Hype and Fight Hub been doing that lately too. Go ahead. Yeah,
JD has a good point talking about Ellie, because he's put out mug shots of fighters and stuff like that. It's like,
and we don't do that either. We stay out of the personal stuff. We don't drop any personal videos. The last personal video we did was with Bomac, and the only reason we did that was to celebrate him being released and getting home. We didn't do any coverage on when the actual incident happened, because I don't want to say I don't care, but I don't want to talk about people's personal lives. I'm talking about your contract, how much you should make, if I think you will win this fight, how do you behave, if you are a market draw, that type of stuff. I'm not talking about if you had some incident that happened to you in your personal life. That's not my business.
Yeah, not at all. Just because, believe it or not, we said it before, and I'll say it again. We want all the fighters to thrive in and outside the boxing ring. We want them to be able to get generational wealth, because they're doing they chose a career, but it's a tough career. Their lives are on the line every time they get in that ring and in sparring. You can lose your life while you're sparring. So, it's always out there on that. So that's why it's like with Bud, when people were talking about Bud family and stuff like that, I was like, me and Greg talked about off the line. We're just like, we ain't getting in that, and that's not cool. That's not cool when people going on about Bud stuff, Bud family like that. That's not cool.
I agree. Can I say one other thing? People say stuff about his old lady, which, to be quite honest, which I actually think his old lady is quite attractive. Like, she's a cute woman. So I'm like, what are you guys talking about? But anyway.
But even if I didn't, that's his cup of tea. That's what works for him. That's that man's business. That's between him and her. That's all on them. It don't matter what I think about her anyway.
So I want to address one thing that B-Dog said when he was mentioning that, everything in his titles have breaking in it, even when it's just a prediction, because I've noticed that from Blue Blood as well. And I'm not, this is not too necessarily to Blue Blood or anybody else, but let me say this. Okay. So there are a lot of content creators whose sole income is YouTube. And because of that, you need to make as much money as you can, because that is how you support your livelihood, right? That is your livelihood. So if you need a video to run, you might play with the title a little bit. Now, I've seen people play with their titles in a way where it's if you read the title and then you go into the comment and you actually hear the video, you'd be like, oh, okay, I see what you said about this. You were kind of slick with your title, but yeah, I got you. And then there's other people that's just, your title absolutely doesn't mean anything what was in your actual video, right? And again, that's because I believe people rely solely on YouTube to make ends meet. Jason and I don't rely on YouTube to make ends meet at all. YouTube, what we want is YouTube to pay for itself. It has to pay for itself. Yeah. And to be quite honest with you guys, I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you. I work in corporate America. Everything it has to make a profit. It has to make a profit, guys. Like, I'm not going to lose money on YouTube. So I want to be very transparent in regards to YouTube. We lost money the first 16 months that we were on YouTube. We lost, and I'm talking about a lot of money. But because there were some things that we didn't really understand and know about YouTube. Shout out to Fanon for that, because he actually educated us on that.
Yeah,
but
very much so.
But at the end of the day, because we don't solely rely on YouTube, there's no reason for us to create all this clickbait and all this other stuff. We do it because we enjoy boxing. So, but yeah, it still has to make a profit. I'm sorry, it has to make a profit. So if you feel inclined to give to the channel, please do so, because that's the reason why. That's how actually we are able to pay all the bills, pay all the stuff that's required, and there are a number of things that are required. So if you feel inclined to contribute to the channel, please do so. But outside of that, it is what it is. So Jay, we've talked a lot, man. I don't even know if we've gotten through all of our content yet. Have we gotten through? I think there's a number of different topics that are still out there, right?
Yeah, it's a few more topics, but we can open phone lines if you want.
Yep, let's hit these topics first, and then we'll open the phone lines.
All right. I mean, it can all kind of be wrapped up in the same vein, because they're all about Bud and EJ. But for EJ, we finally got an EJ sighting. He was holding a puppy. Another gentleman was holding a grown dog and everything. And EJ had his shirt off. It's varying opinions on the way EJ looked. Some people said, oh, he's like over 200 plus pounds. Me and Greg didn't think that. I think he's probably close in like the 175-ish range there. Yeah. Not in shape to fight next week, of course, but yeah, he can definitely Nate Dogg said that was old. How old was it, Nate? Because that came out like it was something new, like it was like kind of recent.
Yeah, it seemed like it came out recently. Now, if it was old, please just let us know. But how old could it have been with that hairstyle from Errol?
Yeah, the fight was on July 29th. You know, but either way, it's like for me seeing him like that, I thought he could have been. I was hoping he would be in better shape, not fighting shape right now, because they don't even have a date signed up just yet. I mean, there's rumors about it in February. Oh, his team said that it was old. Interesting. So,
that's great. That's great. Yeah. If you, Nate Dogg, if you can share that, send it to my email. That would be great. We'll do a follow-up email on that. And what's so important about that, and what made me disappointed about that, was, my thing is, when a loss is comprehensive as it was with Errol Spence, and I'll say this again, like everything had to have gone wrong, Jay. Like there were a number of things that went wrong when a loss is that comprehensive. I think time out of the ring for Errol balance didn't look as good. He didn't look as sharp.
He didn't listen to his corner neither.
He didn't necessarily listen to his corner. I think being 147, being a big welterweight, all those things play a part. The other part was Terence Crawford was masterful. They had been planning for Errol Spence for 4 years. Terence took away Errol's jab, and Terence was aware of all the mistakes that Errol made and capitalized on them. So it was a perfect storm to me, because you had to have corrected some of those issues that Errol had, and DJ actually spoke to him when or after the Ugas fight. Like, yo, man, you got to get back in the lab, and So my thing is for Errol. My thing is like Errol should have took 3-4 weeks off, and Errol should have got right back in the lab. I'm not saying going in a full-on training camp, but I'm talking about working on all the mistakes and sharpening the skill set, sharpening the tools, sharpening the jab, looking at film, seeing what he did wrong, making sure that you stay at a weight where it won't be as difficult to get back down to 154. All those things, in my personal opinion, are things that should have happened for Errol Spence. So that's what I want to see from Errol, because that, honestly, is really how you sell the rematch. Hey, Errol's been in the lab. He's been going. You see him at the press conference. He already looking like he's on weight. All of those things play a part in being able to sell a rematch, and it maximizes the dollars for both Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Because regardless of what people say, and they get mad when I say this, but you are going to have to create a narrative to sell this fight. Terence Crawford can be as upset as he wants to with not getting the appropriate credit. I would challenge Terence Crawford in this. What would you rather have? The appropriate credit that you think you deserve, or the dollars? I'm pretty sure Terence Crawford said, I'll take those dollars, because I know I would. So it's going to have a narrative in order to sell this fight. And so Errol needs to make sure that he's properly prepared. Now, Jay, before I know you got something to say. We got 77 people in the building, 47 likes. If you get the opportunity, please hit the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure that you're engaging. And also, if you're new to the channel, this is AM Sports Media, the Angry Man Podcast. We are always dropping boxing content when your favorite channel is not. So make sure you become a subscriber and follow what it is that we're doing. Click that like button, folks. All right, Jay, what's going on with you?
Yeah. So, well, my thing with that, I'm all about with that fight. What got me also was the fact that Bud was kind of surprised that EJ didn't adjust the things that he thought he would. I think even Bud's like, I've studied you. I know you adjust when people do X, Y, Z. You ain't adjusting. You ain't doing nothing different. So I'm just gonna keep doing X, Y, Z to you. It was surprising. I mean, EJ did say after the fight, his timing was off, which is understandable. He'd been out the ring for over 17 months. So that's weird to me. But people are in a comment section saying that video is very old. Some taps were missing off EJ. So I mean, man, y'all work for the FBI?
Hey, listen. That's tremendous work by some of these folks in the chat section that's saying
that. I appreciate it. I'm cracking jokes, but we appreciate that that
No,
y'all
we
actually
appreciate
looked that deep into it. I didn't see it. I missed it.
Yeah, True Brothers ain't perfect because I ain't got time to try to match up his tattoos and the times of tattoos. So I appreciate you guys doing that. That's actually very interesting. And you know what? Nobody did a follow up. Nobody did a follow up video on that either. After this, we'll actually try to do our research and compare tattoos as well. And if that's the case, then we'll do a follow up video.
Yeah, but we saw some people on that rampage about criticism of Spence physique as well. I mean, going with what we know now, we can definitely revisit that, but depending on how Spence is looking right now, I want to see him in the ring because I know last time I saw Spence before that video popped up was on one of the fighters that's cool with Frank Martin. Remember, Greg, I sent you that.
Yeah, he
video?
Didn't look big. He didn't look big on that.
He didn't look big because he had like a white beater on, I believe. White beater or a white tee.
No, he had a white tee on. He had a white tee on.
White tee on, yeah. I mean, you can't see everything, but from the profile, he didn't look that big to me in that. And I don't expect Spence to be walking around at 160 right now if he's not fighting until February, which is the rumored fight times, and either first part of February or latter part of February. So for one, me and Greg were just happy to see Spence, see something with Spence. Because Spence hasn't said anything since August. We've been trust me, we've been following Spence, all his social, because we want to see him. When you see him talking, even if he's not talking about his own fights, because he's done that before. He's not a big chatter, but he does talk on social media, contrary to some people saying that, he never talks. Yes, he does.
Yeah,
he talks about stuff he talked about BMF. He talked about other boxing matches that has nothing to do with his fighters.
Snowfall.
So he's out there.
It was Snowfall. Not BMF.
Yeah, Snowfall. So but also speaking of socials, so our friend of the channel, Ray Jack. Twitter, now known as X. Ray Jack being Ray Jack. If y'all don't know, Ray Jack puts a lot of truth out there. He trolls people a lot as well. He has a fun. He's a cool dude, cool ass dude. But Bud got wind of one of his posts talking about how they used Tim Bradley's voice from when Tim was talking about Inui hand wraps, and it showed Bud hand wrapping. And he said that's not legal. He said, "This is why I don't give Bud credit on this fight." And Bud got wind of it, and Bud ethered him. And Ray Jack, being the dude that Ray Jack is, he's like, "Okay, you won this time." Had a picture of him knocked out like that. So for me, it was cool to see Bud interacting like that, and at the end, Bud even laughed at it. It was cool the way it went down at the end. I was cool. I was real intrigued with seeing them going back and forth like that. But if y'all haven't caught it, take a look at Bud's or Ray Jack, and you gonna get some laughing. You gonna get some good laughs on that one, because me and Greg that made after Greg hit me up and said, "Look at this." That was what, Friday afternoon, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we had a blast looking at it. So y'all take a look at it. Great stuff.
So Jay, you were actually unavailable, and I'm the one who actually saw the video, or at least saw the initial interaction with Ray Jack and Terence Crawford. I actually caught it like 30 minutes after Terence Crawford responded. And that's why I say a lot of times, guys, we were like the first ones to get it out there, because no one had put that out there at that moment. But yeah, man, Terence took it to a place, man, where he was talking about, basically Ray Jack is his mom, and talking about, son, and Ray Jack responded with, "Hey, man, don't make me come up." And Crawford said, "Hey, man, your mama should have told you not to step to your daddy like that," or something to that effect. And Ray Jack said, "You won," and yeah, like you said, Terence Crawford got a chuckle out of it. And the thing about it that made my afternoon, and what I feel that, I'm sitting up there, man. I actually posted that, like, this made my afternoon. And I was very close to making another post, but I was afraid that Terence Crawford was actually going to come after me, so I decided not to. but the post that I was going to make
Friday.
But the post that number one, I didn't have time to respond to it. But number two is, if Terence Crawford, because I tell people all the time, the most successful fighters, the most successful people in terms of like combat sport and drawing people to them are the people that find an aspect of their personality and they take that aspect and they turn the volume way up.
Yep.
And
almost like an eagle.
Yeah. And if you look at Terence Crawford, I'm sitting up there, I'm thinking to myself, if I saw this version of Terence Crawford in the media as he's building up a fight, not the Crawford that's kind of tight and, you know, like Crawford, like during the Errol Spence press conference, he's kind of tight, you know, he's it'll solidify me as the greatest welterweight of this era, and I'll become undisputed just like Clarissa Shields. It's like, it's tight. And I'm like, yo, if this Terence Crawford were to show up, he could be a star. He has that potential in his personality, similar to Errol Spence. Errol Spence has that an aspect of his personality. If you turn the dial way up, you could get in this. When they say, "Oh, I'm not going to act out of character," that's not acting out of character. That is a part of your character. It's a part of your character that if you turn it way up, you could pull a lot of fans, and a lot of fans will be interested in seeing you fight. I would love to see that Terence Crawford promoting the fight, because I think that he could be a bigger star than what he currently is. Now, will he ever be a star as big as Canelo Alvarez, where he'll be able to force a fight with Canelo? Absolutely not. It's not going to happen. Will he be a star as big as Floyd? That's not going to happen. It's too late in his career. But could he change the trajectory of his pay-per-views from here on out? Absolutely. And a lot of people feel like he's already done that. I do not believe that based off of the interviews that I've seen, because it's been the same old Terence Crawford, kind of stiff, not showing his personality. Man, show your personality. That is what sells. Like the personality that you see here from Jason and I, this is me authentic. I'm just like this when the camera's not off. Am I lying, Jay?
Nah, he petty either way.
Man, fuck you. The only time that I'm not like this,
I'm bringing their angry man out of him already for you, so he's gonna be ready for you.
Okay, Jared's not even in the chat now. The only time that I'm not like this is, of course, I work in corporate America. I'm never going to tell you guys what company I work for, but I lead supply chain finance for a Fortune 500 company, and in that role, I'm very professional, very, very, very professional. But outside of that, in this world here, I'm Greg, and I just be who I am. And so I would like to see Terence Crawford just kind of be Terence Crawford, man. You sell it like that. It will sell being you and showing that aspect of your personality. Jay, you there?
I'm here. I was responding to somebody.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I just got to catch up with the chat, because the chat's been talking about, man, they talking about Bud and EJ. Sheesh.
Jake said, Greg firing in all direction. Boom, 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 boom. I'm shooting them down. Today. All right, Jay. So I think, was that our last topic?
Yeah.
Somebody actually called us, but the phone lines weren't open yet. 215. The phone lines are now open. So I know my lender for life is going to probably call, even when I don't see him in the comment section. He's watching. My lender for life. Jerry, this is a bad day to call me. I'm on cognac. I'm on yak. But even though I'm on yak, I got you know what? I was thinking about you the other day, Walt. I said, God dog it, I have not seen Walt in a minute. Walt's in the building, and you see what them Seminoles are doing. What's going on with you, Walt?
I was away with my girl, man. But before I start roasting old Greg and Jason over there, I just want to say Shakur has the tougher test. I agree with y'all in this fight, right? But if Shakur does what he always does and dominates the dude, the saddest thing about the sport and social media, you're gonna hear guys say that the guy wasn't no good, and that's terrible, because Shakur's got a really tough test. I think Devin could win this fight easy because of Regis' style and Devin's length and everything like that. And Devin is nice, but
yeah, he's nice.
He's gonna have to stay away, because if Regis mucks this fight up, Regis could really make things really bad for Devin.
I agree. Totally.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make this quick, because I got to roll somewhere, and I just want to ask you, Jay, how are you feeling? I just wanted to check in on you, you know, because I know things been kind of shaky down there in Dade County.
Hey, well, one thing about me, and Greg can tell you, I'm here every day, twice on Sunday, whether we win, lose, or draw, no matter how good it was or how bad it was. Greg, know I'm still saying what I'm saying every day. It's all about you. And
yeah,
I can't wait to
But Greg, I want to ask you
my brother.
this one thing. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, that we keep making the game bad for ourselves? Like, we could dominate probably every game we're in, but we keep hurting ourselves.
Yeah,
dumb penalties. Just, you know, it just.
To me personally, it's a number of things. Well, it's not Jordan, Travis, and some of the reads that he's making relative to the RPO game. I think that's an issue. The offensive line, and sometimes it's the tight ends in terms of their blocking schemes. They're missing blocks and things of that nature, so that's part of it. But then again, you know, we had our three best wide receivers.
No, I know.
Two best wide receivers.
Everybody
three of our best
out.
wide receivers are out. Yeah. So there's a lot of
but
things.
But Norville makes some terrible calls too, man. They be going straight at teams, getting big yardage. Then he starts throwing it sideways, and you know, it drives me crazy because when we start rolling, he starts throwing gimmick plays in when he doesn't need to do that. He can just roll.
I don't disagree.
But I just wanted to check in real quick because I've been seeing you guys' videos, the ones you guys post, you know, because you always post great content. But I just haven't been able to call on the weekends. Plus, I be watching football too, so sometimes I forget the show's on. Then by the time I get back to it, y'all already off, man. But I just really wanted to check on Jay because it's been really bad for him, you know, and wanted to make sure the brother was still showing up, you know.
I'm gonna show up no matter what, Walt. Greg can tell you that. And trust me. I was
real quick on Errol. I keep telling y'all scored. I think he should fight somebody else before he fights Crawford because he's got to change up a lot of things before he gets back in the ring with him. Crawford knows the test when it comes to him, so he's gonna have to make some real. I hope he fights somebody else before he fights him.
You're not saying anything.
But on that note, y'all have a great day, man. God bless y'all.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Walt. Thank you for calling in. All right, man. That's FSU Walt right there. Hey, I can tell y'all one thing, bro. If FSU loses next day, show cancel. I ain't coming.
Oh, you gotta come in on Sunday, bro. You got to be here on Sunday.
I won't be here. You can have your black ass here. I won't be here. Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast. You on with Jason and Greg, man. What's going on with your fam?
Salute, Jason and Greg. It's your boy Band Up, man.
Band Up. What's going on, bruh?
What's up, man? So you know what I'm here for, man. I'm gonna start it off like this. What's up with my Huskies? Do we getting our respect or what's up? We 9-0. We just beat USC.
Yeah, no respect.
Come on, we're going to give it. All right, watch. We're going to keep not giving us respect until we win it all. And then I'm going to come back like I did with Bud and like I did with Francis, and I'm going to be like, what I tell you.
Hey, yo, so Washington, they solid. They solid. They ain't going to win nothing. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. This is my opinion, right? And I'm going to put this out here today. Jason and I was actually talking about this a little earlier. Florida State is not going to win the national championship. Washington is not going to win the national championship. I think the national championship is going to be decided between two teams. It's probably going to be Michigan and Georgia, but I need to see Michigan. I need to see because Michigan needs to play someone. But because Ohio State looks shaky to me, and now that Clemson is beat, now that Clemson has beaten Notre Dame, I'm not sold on Ohio State at all. But I don't think Florida State's going to win. I don't think Washington's going to win. And Oregon is actually looking really good right now.
Look, I'm going to ride with my dog until the wheels fall off. You dig?
I'm going to ride too.
All the way, man. You got to ride. You got to ride. We got the Cinderella story. Nobody want to pick Seattle. You know what I mean? Nobody want to pick the town, but we coming to play. You dig?
Y'all don't play no defense. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
We coming to play. And you know what's crazy? But we just showed you last game. Even if our defense ain't solid like that, we still gonna score with you. We gonna score a high scoring game. We gonna score a low scoring game. That's how you want to take it.
Wait till you play a defense. Wait till you play a defense. But go ahead.
Yeah, you said that about Oregon too. You said you was talking. You said, "Oh, we got to get to Oregon."
I ain't never think. Yeah, y'all got him, but I ain't think Oregon got a defense.
I called you before the game, and you was like, "Oh, you got to pass Oregon."
You do, y'all did, but that don't mean y'all played anybody with any real good defense.
All right, man. We gonna see what's up with that topic. And yeah, you know what I mean. I'm gonna let you guys sit on the bud thing today. I ain't seen nothing you guys said that was done too out of line. You know what I mean. I love the content. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I love the content. You know what I mean. You guys want to speak spicy about my boy, but he got the skills to pay the bills. And EJ gonna have to get in that lab with Derrick James. Derrick James probably gonna hop in the ring to help him out because he ain't listening. You know what I mean. It's gonna be a 2-on-1 in a second. You dig?
I hear you, man. I hear you. I feel you on that too.
This boxing now, how band up.
Derrick, and this is what his last three fights. Wasn't it the Frank Martin and wasn't it the Errol Spence and the Charlo? And they like, oh, his fighter, they ain't listening to the corner. What's going on? Why ain't your fighters listening to you? And Derrick James supposed to be all this, and all these fighters ain't listening to him. What's going on? What's going on? That's my question.
That's a great question, and I don't have the answer to it, but it's a good point.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out that. But salute AM Podcast, and I'm gonna let you guys go, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, man.
Yeah, all right, man. You guys keep doing your job. All right, you guys doing good.
All right, appreciate you, man. See you later. 203, you in the building with the Angry Man Podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
So what's going on? It's JD, man. What up?
JD, what's happening, bruh?
What's going on? Hey, how about them Huskies calling from CT, you know?
Man, what the hell? Anyway, where all these Husky fans coming from?
I ain't gonna kick you while you down, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. Kick Jason while he down. Kick him while he down. Kick him as much as you want to.
I ain't gonna kick you. I ain't gonna break, you know what I mean? Break
yeah, you're right. I ain't shit.
Yeah, all right. So, so I got a question, right? And I'm gonna read some facts down because it's a couple trolls in that chat that don't really know boxing.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm about to get on their ass. So I'm going to tell y'all 10 pay-per-views that don't include Canelo Alvarez, except for one, right? And it was only because it's tied to the highest-selling fighter in history, right? So Floyd and Pacquiao is number one.
Yeah.
Floyd and McGregor is number two.
Yeah.
Floyd and Clint Buterol Alvarez, number three.
Uh-huh.
Right? Floyd and Oscar is number four.
Yeah.
Mike and Lennox is number five.
Uh-huh.
Tank and Ryan is number six. Right? I'm gonna stop right there. I don't need to go no further.
I didn't know they were that high.
What
did Lennox and Mike do? Lennox and Mike do 1.4.
Mike and Lennox did 1.9.
Damn,
112 million.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So these are hardcore facts. Y'all really know boxing to understand the business of boxing. So when motherfuckers say to me, oh yeah, Canelo is the face of boxing, he's the highest paid athlete. No, the fuck he's not. No, he's not. Because Floyd, even if he's doing exhibitions, is still considered an athlete, right? Based on their standards, of course. Now, the current fighter, that is one of the faces of boxing. If you include him with Tank, then I would agree with that. But try to diminish the fact that Canelo does not do these numbers that these guys think he does without fighting the people that the fans want him to fight, right? Don't sit here and tell me that he's not bringing up low guys from 160 and 154 to 168, or he's going to fight Bivol, but he had a mandatory with Benavidez. For how long? Oh, Bivol,
at least 2 years.
Is a champion. So he went, Bivol, what happened when he fought Bivol? He got beat the fuck up, right? So you went and fought another dangerous motherfucker in a different division because you don't want to fight the most dangerous motherfucker in your division, but I'm supposed to give you credit for that? And this makes you the face of boxing? Moving on, right? I got another bone to pick with people saying, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I am not a Shakur Stevenson fan. I don't care if New Jersey is right next to me, right? I don't like the shit that he does, but facts are facts. People saying that Shakur ducked. Well, isn't he fighting for the WBC title? doesn't that mean Devin did to Shakur what Loma did to him? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I called up here. Because if he puts stuff in perspective, we got to be real about it.
I don't think Shakur is a duck. I just think he was trying to position himself in a way where it didn't make sense. But I think he wanted the Devin Haney fight, and I don't think Devin ducked him either. I think Devin thought that this is what you actually deserve, and it is what it is. That's the way that I kind of viewed it.
And I agree with you, OG. Like, don't get me wrong. From that perspective, your perspective makes a lot of sense. But you can't be in the chat talk about Shakur duck, Shakur this and that, when realistically Devin is the one that moved up. If anything, it looks like after Shakur pensioned for more money from the WBC, Devin looks more like a duck than Shakur would, if we're being technical. You understand what I'm saying? But that loose term of somebody ducking, if we're being honest, we need to be able to look at the facts here. Because I just said in the chat that this is a channel that deals in facts. If we're going based on facts and fuck the feelings and what each side is saying, it looks like on paper Devin ain't want no smoke with Shakur, so he moved up and fought Quicksand Prograis. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? That's my point. I'm not a fan of either one of these niggas. Will I support them? Yes. But I'm not a fan of either one of them. So, you know, that's all I came up for, because I want everybody in the chat to hear what I had to say, because I keep typing it. It's like it's going through, you know, they looking at it, but they not looking at it because like, this dude is a fucking idiot. But realistically, I know boxing. I know a thing or two about boxing. And I don't come to this channel because I feel like they don't know anything about boxing. I wouldn't be here if I felt that way. You get me? So, yeah, that's why I call. But y'all
appreciate you.
Be safe. You know? Don't beat nobody's ass, Greg.
Huh?
All right?
No, man.
Don't beat nobody's ass.
I'm just, cats coming in the comment section talking about they'll slap us, man. I don't get it.
If I see you in the bear in the woods, I'm gonna help the bear. All right. You a big motherfucker, man. I don't got time for that shit. I'm gonna help the bear, man. Fuck that. This dude is a giant, bro. Fuck that. These people crazy. But y'all be good. I'll holler at you.
All right, man. Later, JD.
Appreciate you, JD.
Oh man, that's funny right there. No, man, listen, guys, that's not me. I'm not a violent person. I'm not violent at all.
Petty-ass person.
I'm a what?
You're a petty-ass person.
Facts. I'm petty. I tell all you guys, I'm petty. I ain't shit. All those things are true. When you hear Jason say I'm petty and I'm not shit, those things are true. But I'm seriously, all jokes aside, I'm not, you know, if I see anybody that, and I haven't seen anybody that's aware of our channel yet on the street, but I would love to see people that are aware of the channel, because I would like to interact. But man, cats getting emotional talking about they're gonna slap us, man. That's just too much. 310, you in the building with the Angry Man Podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
What's up? How you guys doing, man? This is Adrian.
What's going on, Adrian? I thought it was you, but for some reason, your number showed up as spam. But go ahead.
No, what I want to talk about real quick is, are those pictures of Spence, man, are those really legit pictures or what? Because, man, he's going to have a fat camp, man, and he can't be going to this bud fight. He's looking that big, man. I mean, what you thinking about, man? What's up with that? Are those legit pictures of him looking overweight or what?
So people are saying that they're not legit pictures, and that if you compare the tattoos, he's missing tattoos in the picture that was posted. So that may be true. We didn't go as far as to like compare his tattoos, because man, some of these guys got a lot of tattoos, dog, and I'm not trying to compare all their tattoos, but we're gonna go back and actually do the research on the tattoos and see if it's true. If not, then we'll probably do a follow-up video tomorrow saying that it ain't true.
Yeah, because if those pictures are legit, man, that's not good news right there. Because if you're gonna go into this fight, okay, let's face it. Their numbers for the last pay-per-view, you know, for the first one, they were good, but they weren't great, you know. But all things considered, you know, they waited a long time to fight. But their numbers are going to be down for this fight if there's any truth to these rumors of those pictures being legit. Because I'll tell you right now, man, people ain't going to want to put down $85 for to see a fat Spence get his ass whipped one more time. You know,
facts.
That ain't right. That ain't right. And you guys heard any rumors? So are they going to fight at 147, or was Crawford going to let him fight at 154? Have you guys heard anything about that, or?
We haven't heard anything about it specifically, but when you look at, and I don't even think we did this topic yet, Jay. I think this is probably the last one that we had missed. But personally, when you look at Terence Crawford options, he doesn't have a whole lot of big money options. And in my personal opinion, Crawford does want the legacy, but he also wants the dollars. And I'm not knocking him for that. You should want the dollars. So the biggest dollar fight out there for him to me is going to be an Errol Spence rematch if you promote it correctly. Charlo's not going to be a big money fight. People don't know Charlo. The Canelo Alvarez fight. People don't know Charlo like that for that to be a big fight for him to make a lot of money. He could move up and fight Tim Tszyu, but Tim Tszyu isn't going to be a big money fight, not as far as I can see, unless maybe they go over to Australia, which Tim Tszyu is saying that he's not interested in doing in his next fight. So my guess is Terence Crawford will fight Errol Spence in a rematch. Hope that Jermell Charlo looks better in his next fight. And try to make a Tim Tszyu fight maybe, and then one more fight with Jermell Charlo, and then retire because he's not getting Canelo Alvarez.
No, he's not going to get Canelo. And, the thing about Bud's got to realize, too, that he's not worth as much as what he think he is, man. I mean, come on, straight up. I mean, these are just facts. He thinks like he's some kind of, face of boxing now. He's like he's going to get Canelo money or whatever. I can't stand that bastard Canelo. But I agree with what you said. There really is no big money fights for Crawford, and Spence is going to be the biggest one. But if Spence comes into that thing on a fat camp, man, those numbers are going to go down, man. Those numbers are going to go down big time. And I don't even know how they're going to get paid, whatever, because, how everything, with Showtime and all that. So can you get, because I'm a little confused right here. So Showtime's going out of boxing, and I don't want to take too much of your time, but so Showtime's going out of boxing, right? So how are these guys going to get paid now? How are the pay-per-views going to go on, from now on? How is it going to be?
Oh, so supposedly Showtime is still going to be in the pay-per-view business. They just won't be doing live telecasts. I'm not even sure if that's true, to be quite honest with you, because they corrected a statement that was, Canelo Alvarez fights were still going to be on pay-per-view, Showtime pay-per-view, and they corrected that and said that was not a guarantee. So who knows? I mean, I would imagine that pay-per-views are going to be a part of the new platform that PBC ends up signing with, or at least they've probably already signed with, and we'll end up seeing what that is in the near future.
Yeah, because we're gonna have some real good fights, coming up. Because I'm really looking forward to the Benavidez Dudu fight. I'm looking forward. I heard that Mayweather thing got canceled or whatever. I'm pissed off because Boots got scripted out. That's messed up. But I'm really looking forward to hopefully in this big pay-per-view, between Benavidez and Dudu. But after that, I'm just real curious on how things are going to go on from there. Whatever should be kind of should be something to look forward to. See how they're going to do the platform from now on, because losing Showtime, that's kind of a big thing right there. When you lost HBO, now you're losing Showtime. Boston's going to be a little different now, but maybe it's for the best. We'll see what happens though.
We'll see what happens. We'll see how they figure out a way to grow the sport. I mean, it's important for them to figure out a way to grow the sport. Boxing is a declining business. It is what it is.
Sadly.
Real tight. The problem is because these guys wait too long to fight. Jason and Greg, these guys wait too long to fight. You got to fight when it's hot, man. Boots has got to get these fights right now, man. I mean, these guys got to fight, man. These guys can't be ducking, pulling this Canelo bullshit, pushing people aside and fighting these nobodies. These guys got to fight. You got to fight, man. Easy as that. And I'll leave you guys at that, man. I want to give you guys, man, much love. Guys, I really appreciate everything that you guys have done. And you guys have really meant a lot to me personally, because I've been through hell and back with you guys, man, doing my dad and everything. But I want to send a shout out to my dad in heaven. Love you, Dad. My son Jeremiah. Love you, son. Thank you, Jason and Greg. You guys had a real nice week, man. Appreciate all your time, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
You too, Adrian.
You calling
appreciate
in, Adrian.
All right. Peace out, man.
All right. Later. That's Adrian from LA, long-time subscriber and friend of the show. I think Terence Crawford and Errol Spence was a year too late. They did 650,000 buys. I think they could have did close to 1 million had they done it in 2022. Like people grew when Terence Crawford,
December.
Yeah, when Terence Crawford walked away from the negotiation table, I think he caused them 200,000 pay-per-view buys. And even if he didn't have a guarantee, if he would have just taken the split, they probably would have made more money. Honestly, this is just my personal opinion, because I think they would have done 800,000 or 900,000 pay-per-view buys if they would have done it in 2022. I mean, everybody had grown fatigue of that fight. We grew fatigue of it. Fans grew fatigue of it, and I just don't think they got the proper support because people just got tired of it. It was like you had gotten to a point where it's just like, okay, the fight's not gonna happen. We're good. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
but
man, yeah, it's just interesting. I'm with Adrian because we've been wanting to see Boots fight since his last fight. We want to see his progress, or lack thereof. If he doesn't progress, we want to see him fight someone that's going to give him fits. That's a mover, not necessarily a runner. Someone that moves around the ring that see how he's going to cut the ring off. I really think in that fight against Karan, Boots was just really hyping himself up just to be Mike Tyson, because that's all he kept saying before that fight. Mike Tyson, I'm gonna be like Mike Tyson. No, be the best Boots that you can be, and your knockouts will come. Instead you were just doing that, and you're doing, you're looking like a ballerina in there because the way Karan was avoiding you at times in there. That was a bad look for you. You came back and you destroyed Romanville, as we all knew you would, and you even said it. He's tailor made for you. Now we want to see you again in another fight because we do believe you have the talent to be potentially the next great at 147. Thanks. But we want to see you fighting the best, and the best don't necessarily always want to fight you because you are a high risk, low reward at this time. So
yeah, it is what it is. I was hoping to see Boots at the end of the year as well, but it doesn't look like we're going to end up getting Jaron Ennis. It's not going to happen. I was looking forward to the Keith Thurman versus Emancis Stanionis fight, as well as Danny Garcia versus Laura. I would have rather that fight been at the 160-pound limit, but I'm always looking forward to boxing, man, and you got to keep it real, man. It's in a decline. It's a declining business right now, and a lot of people don't want to accept that it's a declining business. Some people will tell you that boxing has had its biggest and best year ever, and I would agree with you in terms of like fights. I doubt though that it's had its biggest and best year in terms of overall revenue. I would probably say that's probably not true. So
John Mack, can you explain to us how Boots is trash? We're not saying he's Floyd Mayweather or anything like that. We're saying potential. I just want to know, in your eyes, what makes him trash?
The Terence Crawford fans that say Boots is trash, they just scared of Boots and Terence Crawford getting in the ring. That's their cop out. That's your cop out, John Mack. I didn't coach you. But Jay, we're gonna go ahead and shut the phone lines down, man.
We went like over an hour and a half.
Yeah, we had over an hour and a half right now, at an hour and 40 to be actually. But yeah, I mean, Boots is not trash. Typically, when fighters say another fighter is trash, it's because that fighter is a threat. Similarly, we saw a lot of Canelo Alvarez fans saying stuff like, "Who has he fought? Who has Andrade fought?" When you hear that, threat, he's a threat. And so
and Augusto says Boots Bud is not a pay-per-view fight. Neither hell was David Avenesian and Bud. But it was a pay-per-view on BLK Prime.
That's why there's no BLK Prime anymore. Have you seen BLK Prime since? Have you seen BL? Hey, that fight happened back in what? Was it November? November 2022? Or early December? Early December 2022?
November, December. I can't remember which one.
So have you seen BLK Prime since? That one fight put them out of business.
Didn't they have a fight in Central America in someone's backyard?
Yeah, something like that, man. It looked like, so if you ever see Uncharted, it looked like they had a fight in one of those areas where Uncharted, where Nathan Drake is looking for treasure. That's how bad it looked. Yeah. So
even AB ain't even with them no more. AB with Don King.
Facts. All that. What happened to all those folks that were supporting BLK Prime? All those Terence Crawford fans that were, I'm telling you, it's BLK Prime. They're here to change the game. What happened to them?
They're making the best fight ever.
Oh, man, dog. Oh, my God. These dudes came and they went. They came and they went. Because you can't come into the game by overpaying fighters It's a recipe for losing money. I've said this on multiple occasions. People are going to say that I'm counting Terence Crawford pockets. Terence Crawford has never stated in his life that he made $10 million on that fight with David Avanesian. He has never stated that. He has never actually stated that. Go find a video where Terence Crawford stated that he actually made $10 million. He probably made a nice little chunk. It was enough to run BLK Prime out of business. And everybody keeps sitting up there talking about, oh, Boost ran away from the BLK because BLK Prime was trying to figure out a way to stay solvent. They couldn't pay for they couldn't pay for another Terence Crawford fight. Pay him another. If he wanted $10 million, think about this. He wanted $10 million, or he needed $10 million to face David Avanesian. How much does he need to fight Boots? He need 100. He need 50, 100 million to fight Boots. And you really thought that was actually a legitimate deal? Guys, stop it. BLK Prime was never legitimate. Boots Ennis never had a legitimate fight on the table with Terence Crawford. It just never was going to happen. It was never going to happen. Also, Terence Crawford's not going to fight him.
Not on that, Greg. The whole notion that Boots turned down BLK Prime, I was like, first off, BLK Bud wasn't signed to BLK Prime. Why would I add a third hand in the cookie jar when I can just do something with me and Bud?
Bud is not signed to BLK Prime. Why would Showtime interact with BLK Prime when BLK Prime doesn't bring anything to the table? Because Bud is not signed to BLK Prime. Exactly. You don't need them. You don't need them to host a fight. We never
done anything in boxing.
We saw their production. It looked like a straight to video movie. It looked like a straight to video movie. It skipped the movie theater and went straight to video.
Greg, it should have been on Tubi.
Exactly. Should have been on Tubi. Come on, guys. But it's all good, man. Shout out to Terence Crawford, man, for making whatever it is that he made with BLK Prime. But I just think that if they had done that fight in 2022, late 2022 or early 2023, made that deal, I just feel like that fight would have made more money, man. I just think people grew weary of that entire situation, man. They just got tired of it.
Oh Lord. Levi said T-Move box. Oh my gosh, that's worse than Wish. That is horrible, man. Damn.
John Mack said you use your platform to ish on a startup that the sport desperately needed. I don't think the sport desperately needed BLK Prime. I disagree with that. I think BLK Prime is just another entrance into the sport of boxing that makes it more fragmented. So I don't think the sport needed them. But I can understand your position on that. Fight. I can understand your position on that, John Mack, because quite frankly, and I'm not going to even say Jason, I did shit on BLK Prime. And then I hit them up and asked them, did they want us to cover their fights? I told y'all, man, I'm a piece of shit. I'm an asshole.
Not only that, it's the fact that the production was trash. The fight card was bad. I mean, Bud didn't know what platform he was fighting on in his own interview, on his own live that he did. So I mean, it was just bad.
My issue, Jay, was when I did the research, because I'm like, where is this BLK? What is this BLK Prime? And how all of a sudden you got an entity coming into the sport that can offer a guy $10 million? And we started doing the research on BLK Prime and the gentleman Desmond Gums, and all this stuff is public records. I mean, I went to like the California state. I can't remember what county it was because that was a long time ago. But you can see all these different things in regards to Desmond Gums and how many times he's had court disputes. It's like, this doesn't seem like a legitimate entity. So I brought it to the attention of boxing fans, and now I'm being criticized for it, saying that I shitted on a boxing entity that the sport desperately needed. No, I provided valuable information. That's what I did. That's what I did. And so it is what it is. It is what it is. So, Jay, did we destroy BLK Prime? I don't think so. It wasn't us, was it? No. Yeah, it wasn't us.
That wasn't us, man. We actually participated in watching their fight and everything, and we actually kind of helped promote by talking about the fight.
Sure,
but we weren't the ones that were charging people when people weren't supposed to be charged and double charging people. That wasn't us. That was them.
The Boxing Source said that's proper journalism. Well, Boxing Source, and shout out to the Boxing Source, man. That's our guy, JR. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a journalist. I want to make it clear. I'm not a journalist. I'm just a guy with an opinion. Sometimes, for the most part, as far as much as we can, we try to check what it is that we do. But for the most, like our videos are they're conversational pieces. They're not about us reporting facts. They're not about us doing extensive research. They're about us in general speaking to the sport of boxing and giving our opinion. That's what it's about. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a journalist by trade. I don't pretend to be. I will never pretend to be. I'm a finance professional by trade. Jason is an insurance professional by trade. That's what we are. So we come on here and we don't purport to be something that we're not. We are what we are. And sometimes we get it right. Sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we check with people that we know. Sometimes we just see the information out there that's coming from a reporter and we talk about it. So it is what it is. I just wanted to make that statement and make it clear because we've had some interaction with people that apparently believe that we're journalists and we're not.
We're journalists. Not VHS. Levi said it was straight to DVD boxing and VHS boxing.
John Mack said support a black platform. John Mack, we do. We support PBC. I'm not understanding. We support a black platform. We support PBC. We supported Terence Crawford. We told people to buy Terence Crawford Aquabud paraphernalia or whatever you want. It's stuff. We told people to support that. So we support, and one of my favorite fighters is Virgil Ortiz. You support all fighters. The fact that we're talking about a fighter is support of a fighter, in my opinion. Now, maybe other people feel differently about that. They'll say, no, because you're criticizing the fighter, you don't support him. I believe all news is good news. I believe if somebody's talking about you, that's a good thing. If somebody were to, exactly. That came directly from Floyd. Wow. Not only that, we've seen. I want to speak on this very quickly. I know I'm being very random, guys, but we've seen content creators beefing as well, right? We've seen a lot of content creators beefing. It's come across our screen. Some people, they dig that stuff. Not us. We're not content creator beefers. You ain't gonna see us creating a whole lot of content about another content creator. We may comment on something that they've released or something like that, but certainly we ain't about to be beefing. And some people have been blowing up off of beefing with other channels. It is what it is. That's not what we got.
Hey, they call you out, Greg.
What they say?
King of 47 said, bruh, I watch you every day. You barely talk about Virgil T. Stop capping.
You got me. You got me. No, so King of 47. That's a fair point. But Virgil Ortiz has been on the shelf. Look at my Virgil Ortiz, or look at the Virgil Ortiz videos, and in those videos, I've spoken very highly of Virgil Ortiz. So that's I have. It's just Virgil Ortiz. Have you seen a whole lot of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford content from us lately? Neither one of those guys are talking, so we're not talking about them. A lot of our content has been a whole bunch of other stuff. So,
yeah. I don't think Greg does. Like he's a Virgil Ortiz fan. He's a Lomachenko fan.
I'm not no fucking Lomachenko fan, man.
He's a Triple G fan.
Stop capping, man. Stop capping. So bro. I'm not a Lomachenko fan. I'm not a Blair Cobb. Actually Blair Cobb. I like Blair Cobb's personality. I actually think Blair Cobb's personality is good for the sport. I don't think he lives in reality sometimes, but I do like his personality in terms of
definitely not in reality.
Able to promote himself. I'm fans of Tank. I'm fans of Shakur. I'm fans of Devin. I'm a fan of Errol. I'm a fan of Virgil. I'm a fan of David Benavidez. Those are probably like my favorite fighters. I'm trying to think of am I missing anybody? But those are.
You say you also like Chris. You like Chris Colbert too.
Every day you want
you don't like Chris Colbert.
Every day you want me to cuss you out. You want me to curse at you every day, bro. Like
you like Chris Colbert, bro.
I ain't never told you I like the boxing scene said, is Rolling Romero good for the sport? He's entertaining.
Yeah.
He's entertaining.
He's entertaining.
He's not good for the sport in the sense that he's holding a 140-pound title and just got beat by an old man. But outside of that, he's entertaining. Greg, then you say you like Montana Love. Man, stop it.
Yeah. He also likes damn, what's that guy's name?
Deuce Daly say we need to do a little bit more in the 130-pound division. I feel that, Deuce. I feel that for sure.
Yeah, he was a Josh Taylor fan for a little while too.
What? Okay. Anyway.
Were you not?
Josh Taylor?
Yes, you were Josh Taylor. He said Josh Taylor was going to beat the brakes off of T.O. He beat the brakes off of Regis. And in Catterall, he was just sick.
Bruh. When you a Regis Prograis nut hugger? Regis.
Hey, whoa,
Regis. Boy, you see Regis. Boy, he the top dog.
Now you cap
No. When you saw him against Zorilla, then you got your mind right.
I said Regis was undefeated. Anything like that. I said,
boy, you ain't shit.
You thought who did you think was the best 140-pounder?
When?
Before the Zorilla fight.
Matias.
You full of shit. You couldn't yell. You full of shit. You know it. You know you full of shit.
Anyway, Jay, we rolling up on an hour and 56 minutes, man. We appreciate everybody in the comment section. We got 71 people in the building. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, guys, please hit that like button so other people can find this content. And if you find it in your heart, and this is not a requirement, guys, but if you want to support the channel, please think about giving us a super chat or a super thanks, whatever it is. It helps support the channel. It helps us to bring this content to you guys. So just consider doing that. And Jay, what else we got, bro? Anything else you want to close with before we wrap the show up, man, and start working on content for the week?
I mean, we appreciate y'all coming out. I know football is still in the middle of the season.
Yeah, football's in the middle of the season.
We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Especially there's not much boxing that was going on. There was one little fight yesterday. I missed that. I know, and Greg, but we both missed that fight last night, so that's why we haven't really said much about it because we didn't watch it. Now, very quickly about the 140. Yeah, Matias he's a dog. So he's definitely in there, but that wasn't who Greg had at the best at 140 before Zorilla made Regis look rough in that fight.
It was.
You full of shit.
Hey, why doesn't the boxing source have a wrench? He should have a wrench. One? No, you the one who give out wrenches. Man, what are you talking about? Anyway, guys, what I would appreciate from you guys is, if you look at the channel, and you'll see that the email is up there. I think it's my email. But I hope you guys find the show thoroughly entertaining. We try to be as entertaining as we possibly can, and that's partially just by being ourselves. But if there's anything that you guys find that you would like to see out of this show, any suggestions that you have, please feel free to reach out to us. We do not find it offensive. Brenda McDonald, who I haven't seen in a while, I gotta reach out to her, but she was very helpful in terms of like her suggestions and things that she wanted to see on the channel. And we implemented several of those things, and we are more than happy to entertain any suggestions or comments that you have in regards to the show and what you think we can do better.
You ain't shit.
Oh, appreciate you, Jason Williams.
That's great for you, Jason.
But yeah, whatever suggestions you have, feel free to send them to the email. Don't drop them in the comment section because I don't see all of the comments. Jason don't see all the comments. Sometimes we miss some of those comments. So if you got suggestions for the channel, please feel free to reach out via email, and I will quickly respond, man. So appreciate you guys. Thanks everybody for joining us today and being a part of the channel and the community that we're building here. Until next time, peace.
Peace.